Oh my God, Aaron Worsfold! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Husker Hype Radio Podcast Episode 16. And motherfuckers, it's game week, baby! Yeah!
3 days until the Husker football strap it on and play the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Oh my God, pal. Minnesota, buddy, they don't know what's coming to them. They literally don't know what's coming to them. We got a new coach. We got a new system. We got new offense, defense, special teams. They don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But first, let's talk about this last weekend of college football. Just real quick. How was your last weekend, buddy? You got a nice little taste of college football. We had Notre Dame, Navy. What went on for you?
Oh man, I love my Saturday, week 0. Not a lot of games. It's kind of a tease, you're just it's like an over the pants hand job. And you're like, oh, I just really want you to fucking, suck my cock. Yeah, I just want you to really just suck my dick. But it was great, man. You got the taste of football with Notre Dame fucked up Navy, and then USC broke the brakes off San Jose State. Both games are great. I watched them. It was awesome.
I was at the USC game. Went to the USC game solo. Wanted to experience the atmosphere. See Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams, USC number 6 in the nation. Buddy, I got to tell you 2 things. There is no place like Nebraska.
Oh, yes.
There is no place like Nebraska. Season opener for USC. They got returning Heisman Trophy winner. And I'm walking through the concourse pregame, and I'm going, where are all these motherfuckers at, dude? Usually in Nebraska, you're walking and you're like, oh my God, there's a sea of red. I'm blinded by the light. I can't even move. You're hearing people screaming, go Big Red. None of that. None of that. I go in the bathrooms. No troughs, single urinals. How are you supposed to get that game day experience pissing in the troughs with a bunch of old men, dude? Huh?
Yeah, you're right, Eddie. It's tough for week 0 because like the students haven't fully moved in yet. A lot of schools don't start until after Labor Day. Out there in the West Coast, they don't even really go to school anyway. So they're probably like, fuck this. We're at the beach right now.
Well, that's why I said, dude, there's no place like Nebraska. Week 0, Nebraska opens up at home. I'm telling you, it's fucking 90,000 strong. Yeah. I don't give a shit who we're playing, dude. I don't give a shit if the students are in school. The student section will be in full force. USC, I beg to differ. That and USC, good offense, probably going to be pretty good this year. Defense, a little shaky. Let up 28 points against San Jose State. Yikes.
Yeah, that first half was kind of scary. I was watching the game with a group of guys, and they're like, oh, you have the over 66.5. You're not going to win that fucking bet. And I was like, just wait. Just wait until USC gets on the field a couple more times. They're going to score the goddamn ball. You gotta knock the rust off.
Yeah. So really good little teaser of college football this past weekend. Those 2 games, a few others, but who really honestly gives a shit? Let's jump into what people actually give a shit about, Aaron. Let's jump into what we've been waiting fucking 6+ months more. What we've been waiting our whole freaking lives for. We've been waiting for Matt Rule to take these boys out on the field. We've been waiting for Jeffrey Sims to lead the offense to victory. We've been waiting for Luke Reimer and Nick Heinrich and all these new motherfuckers on the defense going in there and beating the fucking snot out of the Gophers. And I tell you what, Aaron, I can't wait to see this shit, man. I can't wait to crack 10 Busch Lights. I can't wait to drink so much Fireball that my eyes roll in the back of my head. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to experience a Husker W. And I know it's going to happen this week, but we got to get into some things before we say score predictions, this, that, the other. Okay?
Yep. Like you're saying, Ed, a lot of news just comes out right before the start of the week and the games and whatnot. And one of the big ones, we have a couple things to talk about. Where do you want to start? We got the numbers, we got the black shirts. Where do you, the depth chart? Where do you want to start?
Those are two good stepping stones. Let's go with numbers and black shirts.
Okay.
Kind of coincide with each other a little bit here.
Yeah.
You want to read those off?
So start with the black shirts, you said, or start with the numbers?
Let's start with the black shirts. Yeah.
So the black shirts, I was just listening to the most recent interview from Tony White and Matt Rule, and basically they're like, these are the 11 guys who we think are going to start. More guys probably can prove themselves throughout the year, and maybe a couple more can get some black shirts. But the 11 they have right now: Ty Robinson, Deshaun Singleton, John Bullock, Omar Brown, Chief Borders, Quentin Newsome, Luke Reimer, Nash Hutmacher, Isaac Gifford, Blaze Gunnarsson, and Malcolm Hartzog. What a fucking bunch of guys.
Dude, and there's some guys on there that really make me smile, dude. You know, I mean, Deshaun Singleton, we've heard about him just the past few days, it feels like. Came out of nowhere, out of the muck, raked his way up like a corn stalk rising in the Nebraska fall. And now he's a guy who's going, this is going to be probably the breakout player of the defense this year, is what Matt Rule and Tony White are all saying, that this guy, he's going to turn some heads. And I'm super excited for that. John Bullock, interesting, we're seeing him over Nick Heinrich, Omaha Prep guy, John Bullock.
So another wrinkle. I was listening to Husker Online, and there's whispers that Heinrich got banged up this week. There's whispers that Heinrich's not 100%. So that's why I think that's how it started. But you're right, because Heinrich, one of the guys that got a single-digit jersey, but didn't get a black shirt.
Right. And I mean, like traditionally, you know, it's changed throughout coaches with traditions, but there's a lot of it where those starters are the guys who are in the first black shirts at least. So it makes sense. And if Heinrich's banged up, I mean, next man up, I got faith in John Bullock. He looks jacked. He looks like his arms are pythons, that if a freaking gopher gets in between those things, it's getting strangled and fucking suffocated to death. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't want to be a gopher if you're going up against John Bullock. I'll tell you that, buddy.
Dude, I love this defense. Just the more the information that's coming out, gets me bricked up.
How about this one? Chief Borders, he's going to be over MJ Sherman. Both of them transfers. Chief is from Florida, MJ Sherman from Georgia. MJ Sherman, former 5-star, but Chief says, you know what? I'm going to chief it up, and I'm going to border this linebacker position.
Oh, wow, Eddie. I like that. Points for Ed on that one.
Yes, points.
I like that. Yeah, I think it's also one of those things. It's going to be a very fluid defense. A lot of guys are going to wear a lot of different hats. So knowing our guys, MJ Sherman, the ones that didn't get black shirts, they're not discouraged. They just know they have to work harder and prove themselves and fucking go from there.
Well, and that's also the thing, dude, is, I mean, if you didn't earn your black shirt this first week, then how much harder are you going to work to earn that black shirt? It's all about competition, bro. And that breeds success. That breeds a great program, guys who are competing. Yeah, everybody wants a starting spot, dude. That's what you're playing on the team for. That's what you transferred from Georgia or Florida to, is to get a starting spot and have that red end on the side of your helmet, dude, and go out there and fucking battle with your boys. Mm-hmm. Teammates at the end of the day, but you got to have a little bit of competition and saying, hey, I'm better than this guy. Let me get my black shirt and just build from there, dude. You know?
Yeah. And another thing I like about how Matt Rule approached this, when I was listening to the interviews today, they didn't make it a big deal. You know, they had the jerseys up in the lockers. They were like, hey, go check them out. It wasn't like a big reveal. Wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like you had to earn this kind of thing. You have to earn it in a sense, but it's not like how coaches in the past are like kind of using it as like some leverage against the players kind of deal. Yeah, I like that. It kind of just rolled out.
Yeah, I like that too. And yeah, we said, you know, it's different with every coach. I mean, I do feel that maybe Scott Frost and their staff maybe let him out a little too, what's the word, liberally.
Yeah.
Like they were just giving him out, like, you know, if you win 3 games a year, do you really even deserve a black shirt? And I mean, preseason, we don't know what's going to go down this year. So do you think that, I wonder if Matt Rule will take away black shirts maybe, or how that's going to go down? But yeah, it'll kind of be interesting to see the tradition that Matt Rule's take on the black shirt tradition.
Yeah. And the only people that didn't get, or excuse me, the people that got single digits jerseys that weren't on the defense was only Jeff Sims, Billy Kemp, and Ethan Piper. The rest were basically some of these black shirt guys, majority of these black shirt guys.
Yeah, very interesting. I see Omar Brown here, former UNI Panther.
Yeah.
How fired are you up about that, baby?
I'm a little upset that I just put that together this week. And I said someone's Miles Farmer left the program. He was my number one guy. And then last week I said Malcolm Hartzog. Malcolm Hartzog's my guy now. And now I put an asterisk by Omar Brown because he's a Panther. Fun fact about Omar Brown, Minneapolis cat, didn't get recruited by the Gophers. He's going up to Minnesota with a fucking chip on his shoulder, motherfucker.
That he is.
Yeah.
That he is. This guy, you know, he's his whole I guarantee his mommy, daddy, aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, the whole fucking family's going to be there wearing red. And then you got 5 guys that you're going with wearing red, right? Aaron is going indeed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? Let's fucking drop the news. I was just sitting on my ass, and my mom was like, "What are you gonna do for the Husker game?" I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go to California or Minneapolis, and I was like, I think I'm just going to stay at home for this one, watch it with just, honestly, I'd probably just watch it in my apartment so I can get into the game. And then I thought to myself, Aaron, you're part of Husker Hype Radio. You're part of the most hype broadcast in college football. Aaron, the sea of red isn't just a thing. It's a way of life, and you need to be part of that, and you need to go support the boys in Minneapolis. It's a 5.5 hour drive. You can fucking make that with your boys, and you can go cheer on the Big Red and lose your voice and go fucking nuts. So I did that.
Dude, I love that, man. Did your mom give you a little, wait, you're not gonna go anywhere for this? Did she kind of fire
at
you up
first
with a little fire under your ass?
Kind of. And then I dropped the news. I was like, Mom, I decided I am going to Minneapolis. She's like, oh, wow. And I was like, yeah, I'm fucking lit.
Go Big
And then I
Red.
was telling all the other boys how I'm going. And they're like, oh, you're going? I was like, yeah. And I'm going to Colorado too the next week. Back-to-back away games. Bro, it's and I got the first 3 home games. I'm going to the first 5 games of Husker football this year, Ed.
And guys, if you tune into Husker Hype Radio Instagram, Aaron will be live on the story, posting all of the events, touchdown scores. I'll be live streaming on YouTube this year. A little bit of a change, but we think it's going to work out well. Aaron can use that Instagram account. I can use the YouTube account. We'll be sending links on the Instagram. We're gonna be spamming you motherfuckers, and I'm sorry, but I'm not even sorry about it, because this is elite content. This is content that you want to be a part of, and this is something that you look back on 5 years from now and you see where we are in all of Husker Hypester Radio Nation as a whole, and you're gonna go, man, I was glad I was there those first years of streaming, of Aaron being a fucking amazing fan and giving me live content from the games. Guys, this is just the beginning of Husker Hype Radio.
Yes.
God damn it. And you've been there since the fucking start. You listeners, I know you have. You bleed red shit corn. You drink Busch Light. You come Fireball. And this is amazing, dude.
And now we also have to plug something really quick before we get into the depth chart here. The t-shirts are out. We have extras. Hit us up, DM, text, whatever you got to do to get these shirts before the first game of the year, the home game, or if you're going to an away game, you need one of these motherfuckers, okay?
And I'll tell you what right now, Aaron, you're going to be selling those at the Minnesota game. I know you will.
I'm taking extras. Yeah. I'm taking extras for sure.
You're taking extras. At Boulder, we're going to be tailgating before the game. We're going to be on Big Noon Kickoff, putting these shirts up in the air so everybody knows that bleed red shit corn is here to fucking stay, dude. And I'll tell you what, there's probably going to be 20 to 25,000 Nebraska fans at that Colorado game. And you're telling me that not only 50 of them want a t-shirt? You're dead wrong. So you better get on that shit, because they're going to sell out. We're going to do other orders. I trust me on that, but we got koozies, we got t-shirts, And folks, these are premium quality. Our guy Lance over at Logo Logics in Papillion, Nebraska. Shout out, no free shout outs. Giving us these shirts. I mean, look at the color on that thing, man. Look at the color, the print. I mean, you wash that 50 times, it's going to look the exact same way.
Yeah.
It really is. And guys, we're just so fired up. I mean, we might do some alternates. Aaron, I'm going to give it a teaser. I was thinking we do white, bleed red, shit corn, and then a red N for the N on corn. You like that? Like that?
We'll kick that one
Black
around. I like that.
And a red N. Yeah.
And folks, this is why you listen to Husker Hype Radio. You get this content.
This is why you listen, baby. Let's go. I mean, like you said, a lot of these players who earn 0 through 9 are on the defense, but let's go ahead and list those guys off. Do you have that pulled up, Aaron?
I do have that pulled up. So Ethan Piper got a single digit. He won't be wearing one because he can't wear one on the defense there. 0 is, or yeah, my bad. 0 is Nash Hutchmacher. He got a black shirt. South Dakota boy. Billy Kemp got number 1. Gifford number 2. Heinrichs 3. Reimers 4. John Bullock number 5. Quentin Newsom 6. Sims is 7. Deshaun Singleton number 8. Ty Robinson number 9.
Dude, Deshaun Singleton is really blowing my mind. I mean, a guy that we haven't heard of in any spring ball the last week of fall camp, and now he's got a single-digit jersey and a black shirt. This is really a guy. I feel like you like Malcolm, you like Omar. Ladies and gentlemen, Deshaun Singleton, tackle on the play. And dude, you don't need a Aaron, fuck, baby, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Singleton makes me want to say fuck, baby, fuck.
Dude,
that's all I'm saying, dude. I feel like a guy that's bought into the program.
Yeah, and just doing a lot of research the last couple of days and thinking about the defense, the transfers, our secondary, bro, is lights out. I think our cornerbacks or safeties are going to be so fucking good, and our linebackers are big motherfuckers, and our line, we got a strong line. We'll get to the quarterback, bro. It's going to be a fucking beast of a defense.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And it'll be, I mean, we got new positions that, we got to look out for. I mean, we got the Jack, the Rover, 2 safety, Jack and Rover kind of, I want to say they're outside linebacker positions, just what's it called? Titled differently. But I mean, it's really cool. This 3-3-5 is going to be really fun to watch this year, I think. And something I'm really looking forward to is this defense, man, especially if a lot of the guys who got 0 through 9 are on the defensive squad. I mean, the defense is showing out in fall practice. So I feel like it's going to be a big strong suit against the teams that we're going to be playing against. And I'm excited for it, dude.
I agree. And kind of thinking about the offense, knowing that there are only 2-3 guys that got single digits. One person whose name I wish was called for a single digit, Gabe Irvin Jr. I heard that this is actually a players voted thing, the single digit jerseys, and it would have been nice to have our running back, our starting running back, to have a single digit too.
Yeah, I mean, but dude, our boy 0, Polar Bear, Nass Hutmacher, South Dakota kid, 6'4", 330. You try running the ball into that motherfucker, he's gonna stop you like a brick wall. He's gonna eat you up like a polar bear. And take out your, what's this one called? What's this artery called? Your aorta?
Your carotid artery.
Carotid, yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Dude, yeah. Good luck. Good luck having an aorta or your carotid artery after.
I think the aorta is in the heart.
Okay. Your carotid artery. Yeah. Try keeping that after you go up against Polar Bear, dude. He's gonna eat it right out of you, baby.
Are there
I
any
mean,
other depth chart things for the defense that sticks out to you or that you're
depth
interested
chart
in?
on defense. Let's hop into the depth chart here.
Because we already know the starting 11. We kind of covered that with the black shirts, but was there anything that kind of makes you wonder, want to talk about it?
I do like Dwight Boodle behind Malcolm Hartzog. Freshman, you know his brother DiCaprio made an interception in the preseason game against the Chiefs the other night.
For the
And now
Chiefs, yeah.
you got little bro Dwight, who Quentin Newsom said in some interviews is really, one of his boys, really bringing him up. And it's good to see just the Husker legacy going in there, true freshman being in that second position at cornerback. We'd love to see that. Blaze Gunnerson, a guy we didn't see a whole lot of last year, came into this program as an outside linebacker. Now is 6'6", 265. He's a sophomore and he's starting. Behind him, Cameron Lenhart, true freshman, IMG Academy, 6'3", 250. So these guys, dude, we got to remember these guys' names. They're going to be here for a while. And it's just going to be really fun to see this defense fucking work its shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Cameron Linehart and Dwight Boodle, those are like two young guys who haven't played snaps with Nebraska. So those are a couple guys that Tony White named as potential black shirt recipients.
True freshmen, baby.
There
True
you go.
Freshmen. Offensive depth chart. Turner Corcoran back at left tackle, injured last year. Hopefully Turner can, and we got Teddy on behind Gunnar Gatula on left tackle. And Teddy was a guy, I mean, he's still, I think, coming back from injury a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me go back to defense really quick. What I forgot on defense. No Marquise Buford still.
Probably still hurt. Yeah, that's
still
tough.
hurt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is still hurt. But something that I wonder when we'll see him. Marquise was a guy last year, absolute fucking dog.
Yeah.
There played his balls off every day. So hopefully Marquise gets better. But yeah. I mean, Ben Scott in at center, Arizona State guy, Ethan Piper. Our boy who was on the roids now is back on the team. Our boy from Frankfurt, Germany, Noir Nueli. Right guard, baby.
I'm sure he's glad to be back after having a year off.
Yes. And he might not have been shooting up, but he's been lifting, dude. He's been lifting, baby.
Corey Campbell got them boys in the lab moving fucking iron, cuh.
Yes. A guy that we know and love, number 75, Tyler Canuck, second string behind Bryce Benart, redshirt freshman. Guys, remember the name Tyler Canuck. Remember the name because this man, he's 6'6", 325, freshman, Tyler Canuck. Remember the name, folks, right tackle.
Friend of the program.
He thinks it's the best position in the whole game of football. Wish you could have heard the interview. Maybe later. Teaser. Tight end, Aaron. I'm really interested about this tight end right now. We got Nate Bokircher or Thomas Fedoni. Thomas Fedoni, man, we've been waiting on him forever. A sophomore. I mean, he's been with the program. I think he graduated the same year I did. So he would technically be a senior, but COVID year, injury, redshirt, and now he's a sophomore. Buddy wants to play, dude. And expect a lot, I feel like, especially with this wide receiver group. I'm not going to say they're horrible, but not as many guys as we had on that wide receiver core in the past few years with Xavier Betts leaving. So expect a lot of two tight ends, I feel, out of this offense early on.
I don't know. I feel like Billy Kemp, dog, he'll be in the slot most of the time. And then Alex Bullock and Marcus Washington, those are two fast motherfuckers. And then IGC, there's a guy who only played 2 games for us last year, and he's a dog.
Yes.
I
And a
feel like
lot
we're
of
not as thin as people say we are in the wide receiver position.
You're right. You're right. I mean, Alex Bullock, the coaches saw something in him if he's going to take over Marcus Washington. I mean, I said this in my little preview in the Instagram reel. If Trey Palmer was Dr. Evil, Marcus Washington was number 2. He was his guy. Number 2, I love you. And now number 2 is number 2 still, and Alex Bullock is Dr. Evil, according to the depth chart. Omaha, Nebraska, Creighton Prep guy, brother of our guy, black shirt, number 5, single-digit jersey winner, John Bullock. And guess what? He's a year younger than him, overtaking Marcus Washington, Texas transfer, a guy that made a lot of great plays last year. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda on that other wide receiver position. And you know what? You love to see it, baby. You love to see it. FV back on the FV depth chart, dude. Jerian Bronner or Barrett Liebentritt, class fullback name, baby.
Ooh,
you think
Omaha boy too.
Pad? You think he's gonna wear a neck pad?
He fucking better, dude.
He better wear a neck pad. You're right, bro. He better wear a neck pad. Come on now.
RBs. What do you think about the RBs? The lay of the land, the depth chart. Talk about it,
dude. I mean, this is going to be something to watch out for a lot, man. Gabe Ervin Jr. got that starting spot. We heard in fall camp that, Anthony Grant not having the best of luck with holding on to the football, fumbling a lot. So with that being said, Ramir Johnson overtook Anthony Grant, a guy that started for us last year. Now he's 3rd on the depth chart. Ramir didn't play too much. If he did, he was running wheel routes out of the backfield, maybe a 3rd down back, getting carries on 3rd and 3 here and there. So now it's Gabe Ervin, Ramir, and Anthony Grant. But I'm telling you, that's a 3-headed monster in that backfield, Aaron.
And the way you described that was perfectly. That's how they talk about how they're going to use them too, because we're going to have like a kind of a 1st down back, kind of a utility guy. Then Anthony Grant, from all sounds of it, is kind of our power guy. Even though Gabe Ervin's a big motherfucker, dude. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting season.
Gabe Ervin, the most weight out of all of them, 220, Anthony Grant at 205, and Ramir at 185. But I'm going to tell you what, I think that a lot of it might be putting Anthony Grant at 3rd on the depth chart. It's going to light a fire under his ass. He's a senior. This is his last year playing college ball. Buddy's got to go to the NFL. Buddy's got to make a name for himself in his last year playing college ball. So I feel like maybe almost that was a ploy, to say, hey, Anthony, you better set your shit straight, because we got guys in the backfield who can play running back, and it doesn't have to be you, but Anthony wants it to be him. All right. So I'm very excited for this running back competition. All these guys helping each other out, coming in, rotating a lot, very heavily. I expect this first game, especially in the first half, maybe get a guy there who's looking really good and, kind of leading the charge. And then in the second half, maybe see more of one guy over the others. But yeah, just kind of like, first half, first game, kind of testing the waters. A lot of rotation, I feel like, that we'll see. And that could happen for the rest of the season too. If these guys are just, on a vibe where Ramir, Anthony, Gabe, they all get carries and they're all fresh legs. Like this is gonna be awesome, dude. And then don't forget about Emmett Johnson, Mr. Minnesota. Minnesota didn't recruit him, just like our boy Omar. These guys got a fire under their ass too, buddy.
Yeah, I agree. And it's going to be interesting to see how we come up with the offensive scheme, what our play calling is, kind of to see how it develops under Marcus Satterfield. He's a dog. He's talking about running the ball. So I feel like I mean, it's football, bro. What do? You fucking run the ball, you win the game in the trenches, and then you play off of that. I can't wait.
And you go, what? You know, you get out of the huddle, you get in the huddle, where the team comes together. And Gabe Irvin says, boys, I need you to block there up front for me. Hey, Barrett, Mr. Liebentritt, I need you to go out there and lay a motherfucking middle linebacker out so that he's a pancake Aunt Jemima on the fucking floor. And then he goes, Jeff, give me a good handoff, dude. Give me a good handoff. And these boys go in there and they play the game and they wear those motherfuckers down. And at the fourth quarter, they're going to go, hey, I'm going to run it right here. See if you can stop it, bitch. Go Big Red.
Go
Bleed
Big
red.
Red. Special
Bang, bang.
teams.
Special teams. Very cool right here, guys. Place kicker, Tristan Alvano or Timmy Bleekrode. Tristan Alvano, a true freshman from Omaha West Side, a guy who last year in the state championship hit, I believe, 3 or 4 field goals to get those guys the win over Gretna in the they played the year previously in the state championship. West Side took it this year, and his name is above Timmy's. So this is going to be another thing where I feel like this coming week of practice, they probably already got it down, but who do you think we're going to see, Timmy or Tristan making that first PAT?
Oh, it's so hard to say because coach probably wants to give the older guy a chance. Timmy Bleekrode was the starter last year, didn't do a fantastic job. So part of me thinks that they're going to give him a shot and then go from there, but they haven't made their decision yet. I think that's probably going to be something they decide like today because they just had like a scrimmage, I want to say Saturday or Sunday. So that's something that they're going to have to come out and talk about. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be Timmy first.
Timmy first. I kind of agree with you there. But once Timmy fucks up, dude, he might,
because Tristan's on scholarship too. So if you have a kid on scholarship, you're like, well, and he's a freshman and like he's like going to be the future and he'll be here for a few years.
And you know, the last kicker we had from Nebraska, Omaha metro area,
Alex Henry,
dude.
And, you
know, he was a fucking dog, baby. So these guys are playing. It means a little bit more to a guy from Omaha, Nebraska than a guy from Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm not giving any shit to Timmy. I wish him the best his senior year, or junior year. Sorry, he's a junior. But Tristan's coming up, dude. And I'm gonna rock with both of them. I'm gonna give my heart and soul to both of them. I give my right nut for both of those guys.
Yeah.
Punter, Brian Bashini, dog. We don't need to worry. I think it's enough said with Brian, dude. He's one of the best punters in the nation. No worries about Brian. He came back. He could have went to the NFL last year, but he said, you know what? I'm gonna stay with the Huskers, dude. I'm gonna stay with this team. I love these guys. I'm gonna pump my ass off for the University of Nebraska.
He's got a busy year. He's punting. He's doing kickoff and he's holding. He's got a busy ass year.
He does. Kick returner, long snapper. Love him, but does anybody ever know the fucking long snapper? Dude, cool.
It's
Mario and Camden. Yeah. Love you guys. Go Big Red. Kick returner Emmett Johnson and Ramir Johnson, the Johnson bros, in the backfield on that kickoff. Something that could be pretty sexy back there, I believe. Some magic could happen in the backfield with those two guys back there.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, what else, bud? We wanted to say we want to make these pre-game things a little shorter because we will be doing a post-game one as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to end it a little shorter. Talk about Minnesota for a bit.
Yeah. I don't think we need to get too deep into Minnesota because it doesn't matter what they do. It really just matters how we impose our will into them. Do we want to just hop into Minnesota quick before the end of this?
Yeah. In Minneapolis, Minnesota Gophers are 2-8 in the previous games when they faced a conference in the season opener. 2-8 in those previous games. However, they're very good 9-5 in home openers. Team that went 9-4 last year as well. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, those stats kind of don't really coincide with each other. Nebraska's the new team. Totally different team, in my opinion. We got a new offense, defense, everything. So the way that Minnesota prepares, I think, really how they prepared and what they looked at, it's so much shit that they have to look at, bro. I think that's our biggest advantage this game.
I listened to PJ Fleck's interview this week. He had like a big press conference and he was like, well, we're watching shit from Baylor, we're watching shit from fucking Temple, we're watching shit from Carolina, we're watching stuff from South Carolina, from Marcus Saturday. There's so many things, so much tape that they have to watch about us, but all we have to watch is them.
Yeah, exactly. You got to watch Jeff Sims tape at Georgia Tech, you know?
Right.
You got to watch all these other guys, like single players, and to prepare for that. And even an offense from Marcus Satterfield, what Jeff Sims didn't run at Georgia. So how they're going to implement those two things together and how we're going to do everything, dude, is just so complex. I feel like for any good coach, it's super hard. And granted, we're a new team. We didn't go 9-4 last year. We won only 4 games, but just that alone give me Nebraska money line, bro. Give me Nebraska money line. Put my fucking rent on that shit, bitch.
I think the only other thing I really want to like that piques my interest about Minnesota and their offense in particular, because their defense is good. They had a good defense last year. Their offense is always kind of shaky because Tanner Morgan, who was there for 10 years, the quarterback, not there anymore. They have Ethan, and apparently he's a dog. He can throw the fucking ball. He can rope it.
That's a weird name, though.
It's a weird name
to be Ethan.
I think the reason why I like our matchup here is because our secondary is probably our stronger part of the defense. So, I mean, you know, Minnesota, they're a run the damn ball kind of team. So if we can kind of make them one dimensional at least to make it easier on ourselves, that gives us a better chance of winning the football game.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, bro. It's a Big Ten opener, but they're not playing a traditional Big Ten defense. They're playing a 3-3-5. I mean, they played last year. They played Syracuse last year, right? And they lost to Syracuse. That team was a 3-3-5 defense. So
that was Tony White's defense.
So Tony, he's went up against these motherfuckers before. And Nebraska has better athletes, and they're playing his defense, dude. So fuck me if I'm wrong, but I'm not, bitch. So you can't fuck me. Nebraska's winning this football game, baby. Get the fuck out of here. If you think anything else, you're a fucking dumbass. Go Big Red, bleed red shit corn.
Fuck yeah. The only other thing we got to highlight, let's just name some names that when you're watching the game, be like, oh, I heard that on Husker Hype Radio. These guys are kind of good for Minnesota. Oh, I already know this guy. Sean Taylor, transfer from Western Michigan. They're starting running back. He'll be good. Corey Crooms, he's a senior. He's like their best receiver. He's got a lot of great yards. Daniel Jackson, he's their X guy. You'll hear his name a lot. And then tight end, also very good. Brevin Span Ford. Those are their offensive guys that you're going to hear their names quite a bit.
Yeah, dude. And like I said before in this podcast, dude, just watch out for Polar Bear because he's taking out your corduroy, bud. So be careful. Aaron, that was our first pre-game recap of the 2023 football season, first one in Husker Hype Radio in history.
Well, now we got to wrap it up with two things. One, score prediction. What's your score prediction, Ed?
I'm going 35-17.
Big Red. I had mine be 31-26. Nebraska.
Boom, baby.
And then over under was set at 44.5. I like the over.
Yep.
And then the spread was Nebraska plus 7.5. You already know I put 50 on that, bro. And I'm probably gonna put another 50 on money line.
Let's go, baby. Hey, free money.
They're giving us free money, Ed.
Free money.
So that wraps it up. We'll have a bigger Big Ten / other conferences podcast drop Friday. Look out for that before the weekend, but this is going to drop Wednesday. So when you're watching this, we have football tomorrow.
We have Nebraska football tomorrow, dude. Aaron, oh my God, fire me up, dude. That was Husker Hype Radio first preseason pre-game preview of the guys. I'm Eddie Rosenthal. That's Aaron Worsfold. Bleed red, shit corn, go big red. We're out.
Out.